Welcome everybody to another episode of the Pierce Brothers. Today we're going to be talking about the Bravo Company RECCE14.
Is that still your gun?
This is my own personal rifle. This is it came stock, basically just like this. The only thing I've done is I've swapped out the grip and the stock for the FDE color. Otherwise it came all black. But we put a lot of ammo through this thing so far, so we're going to talk about how it's performed, accuracy, all that good stuff. First of all, we'll talk about how I've got it set up. So like I said, I swapped out the grip and the stock for the, it came all black, but I put on the FDE colors because I like that. We've got some Magpul MBUS or MBUS, whatever you want to call them, sights as my backups. I've got the ACOG on here with a LaRue tactical mount, and then we've got the Streamlight ProTac rail mount light there. It's got the pressure switch, the front sight there. These are Bravo Company brand M-Lock rail covers, which are awesome. We've got the finger stop and then the smaller grip there. So that's how we've got her set up so far. And now we're going to get into some accuracy and reliability. So here we go. All right, guys, first we've got some accuracy testing here. We've got 55 grain PPU full metal jacket. All right, let's go see how we did. So there we are, 5-shot group. That's pretty decent. We got one little outlier there, but sweet. We're gonna move on to the 62 grain PMC. All right, so here's our 5-group shot of the 62 grain PMC green tip. So not terrible. Now we're gonna move on to some match ammo. All right, guys, so here we're gonna load 5 rounds of the, I guess it's the Frontier cartridge, Hornady match, 68 grain hollow point. All right, as you can see, this is the Hornady Frontier match ammo, so a little cheaper on the match ammo side. Didn't do super awesome. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. But let's move on to the Sig Sauer 77 grain and see how it does. We've got Sig Sauer Marksman Elite 77 grain OTM 5.56 NATO. So let's see how this does in there. Not terrible, huh? All right, guys, this is the Sig Sauer 77 grain. Did pretty decent. We got one flyer there, but that was probably shooter error, you fatty. Yeah. So here we are, guys. We're going to test some hand loads by Mr. Porter here. He's going to explain what bullet it is and all that.
Okay, so it's a 55 grain nozzle ballistic tip with 25.7 grains of tack with a CCI 450 primer. Just a run-of-the-mill load, nothing special or fancy, just a good little load that I use in my Mini 14 all the time.
It's a good varmint load, so we're going to test it for accuracy here as well and see how it does compared to some of those match ammos. All right, guys, let's see how good of a reloader Porter is with this fancy hand-loaded ammo. I guess he said it's nothing fancy, so we'll see, but... This is Porter's fancy ammo. It actually did well. I definitely pulled, I think it's this one here. I felt like I pulled it, but this was the first shot, and then those three there were a pretty decent group. So overall did very well. We were happy with our performance. Something of note is that on those accuracy testing, my Porter was watching through the binoculars, and every first round was a flyer. So we think that was just switching ammo to ammo. For whatever reason, the barrel had to clean out something. So we're going to do some further testing on that and hopefully have another video out shortly. Something of note though, the PPU 55 grain did really, really well, and so did the 62 grain PMC, shockingly. Usually that 62 grain stuff with that steel core doesn't usually have the greatest accuracy, but it did very well today. So, and then the Sig Sauer match ammo did very well as well. We're going to measure group size here. See, 1.5 inches total for this guy. That was the 55 grain PPU. So overall did pretty well. And then right down here is the 62 grain PMC. 1.25 inches it looks like total group size, so decent. And then this Hornady match was the one that we were probably the most surprised about how bad it did. But again, it was the Frontier match, so it wasn't Hornady's actual match ammo. It was kind of their cheaper end match ammo. But we're right around almost 2 inches, 1 7/8, right in that range. And then down here, this is Porter's special hand load, 1 3/4 inch. But this first round flyer, you take that out, and it's a decent group. And then down here was the Sig Sauer, and that one is 1 3/8 inch. So
first round flyer.
Yeah, again, first round flyer right up here. So we'll get into more of that in detail, but I think overall that means the PMC 62 grain green tip did the best.
A couple of notes on the accuracy test. We were doing the shooting at 50 yards with a 3-power ACOG. We figured that would be best. At some point we'll probably slap a scope on there and do some testing at 100 yards, but for now we were very happy with the 50-yard results. Now, overall round count through the gun, we're sitting at just over 3,000 rounds, and so far it's been 100% reliable. We've had 0 malfunctions. We've shot a variety of brands of ammo through it, from Federal, PPU, PMC, Hornady, Sig, Norma, and we've shot everything from 55 grain up to 77 grain, and like I said, 0 malfunctions thus far. So it's a very, very reliable gun. I also let it get really dirty before cleaning it. I wanted to see how dirty it could get and still function. So we put about 1,500 rounds through it before I finally cleaned it, and it functioned the whole time. So it's a low maintenance AR. I know some ARs you have to put a whole lot of grease on them to keep them going, but this is not one of those. Overall, this is a great rifle. Right here we've got some brass hitting the camera. We thought was cool, so I slowed it down a little bit. But MSRP on this gun's right around $1,500, which makes it worth every penny. It's on the lower end of price as far as high-end ARs go, and yet you get a high-end AR for $1,500.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to hold this stupid.
Oh, because yeah, the flashlight gets in your way. Yeah. Mr. Lefty here. Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Pierce Brothers and look forward to seeing you next time.